My favorite approach from this class was the systems approach because in the end of the day, organizations have to come up with a final decision, and the systems approach is a step-by-step process. I also like the feminist and the diversity in the workplace because both of those touch on social justice and ensure that organizations also touch on social justice.
My favorite approach was a technological approach, and that's the one I did my group facilitation project on. And the reason why I like the technological approach is it helps with connectivity in the workplace, and since technology is really relevant to society today.
We learned a lot of approaches and processes that I didn't really consider before, such as human resources and like diversity, etc., etc.
The decision-making approach was my favorite approach because it taught me how to deal with big life decisions, such as what to do after college and where to move.
The feminist approach was my favorite because it taught me how to critically analyze how men and women work together in the workplace.
One of the big takeaways I took away from this course was that organizations' communication is always fluid and always changing, and I think that's really important.
So my favorite approach was human resources approach because it's important that we see the employees as real people and not just look at them as workers whose only job it is to make the company money and to work them as hard as possible. It really looks into their lives and treats them like human beings, which is something I think a lot of organizations forget about, and it really takes into consideration the happiness of the worker.
So my favorite approach was probably the cultural approach because I think it's really important to know how to work with different cultures and to understand different cultures, especially in the workplace, and that actually ties into the social justice aspect, which this can help you with working with different cultures in the world, just in general, and helping to have empathy and understanding for other cultures with various issues. So I think that's really important. And then I also enjoyed how we talked about real life situations in class that were related to the different approaches or related to different management styles. And we also looked at the case studies, which helped us understand the different approaches within a real life perspective.
Really helpful in understanding how professional communication and working in the hierarchy of a corporate structure works in terms of rhetoric. I really appreciated the course and I think it'll come in handy later on in life. My favorite approach was probably the technological approach because it was how to use email and how social media affected communication.
My favorite approach is the feminist approach because it ensures a safe environment for both men and women to succeed in the workplace.
Okay, so my favorite approach was the human relations approach because it has to deal with making employees happy and kind of the regulations that management has to follow, and also helps to explain different management styles to keep employees happy and to keep a good workplace. And I think that I can use it in the future with whatever job that I pursue.
What I love about organizational communication is the way Dr. K formats the class. She does it in a way for all of us to be engaged in discussion. We're each assigned to present a chapter at the beginning of the semester, and what you find is if you really pay attention, you're going to find something you like. For example, for me, I really liked the systems approach. It talks all about how to enter an organization and then leave one, because chances are you're going to be entering and leaving lots of organizations in your life.
My favorite approach was definitely the decision-making approach because I think it's something that's really important for anyone to learn about, and I especially enjoyed learning about groupthink because it's a really interesting phenomenon to learn about, especially in regards to history and big decisions being made.
One of my favorite approaches I learned from the class was technological processes. It's very relevant, and currently in the internship I'm working for, this course has helped me to prepare for it and know how to better handle social media and other technology.
Conflict management was my favorite approach that we learned about this semester because it's something that everyone has to deal with in all aspects of their life, not only the workplace.
My favorite approach is the systems approach because I really liked learning about how different levels can interact with one another, like the boss can interact with the lower level people and vice versa. It makes it more of a collaborative environment, which I believe is really important for a good company.
What I really liked about this class was the theory of emotion and diversity, because I think it's really relevant to a lot of organizations, and I think a lot of people push emotion and diversity aside when they're working in an organization, and I think this whole class in general has prepared me for the future. I'm a junior going into the working world soon, and so I think it is really nice to know a lot and be educated on all organizations.
The thing I like most about this class is the opportunity to learn about leadership and some of the opportunities that came up just through discussing organizations. It was a great opportunity for us to learn how managers and CEOs and such lead their companies.